Folks, this is Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories. If you like real crime, true crime from a police perspective, you're in the right location. If you're not subscribed, go on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, ring the bell, hit the like button, share us with your friends and your family. And if you want to support us financially, we have a Patreon with 4 different levels, and we also have a YouTube channel memberships that's growing by leaps and bounds with 5 different levels. And we appreciate all of our friends and our YouTube family members here who support this channel. I want to go back to this video here.
Tim. And because of all this, the top prosecutor in Suffolk County, District Attorney Ray Tierney, joins us now in studio live here on Top Story tonight. Mr. District Attorney, we appreciate you being here on such a big day for your office. First of all, talk to us about the revelation that he may have been killing women longer than you originally thought.
Yeah, as we discussed today, that's not a surprise to us. I think it's been publicly disclosed, but now
you have proof,
yes, right? And as the evidence and as the investigation unfolded, it became apparent to us that his activities went as far back as 1993.
We want to focus now on what you guys are calling the planning document, right? Because this is what's been so troubling, so sickening to so many people out there. Human's own, quote, homework, as you called it, on serial murder. I want to put up on the screen for our viewers something so they can see part of this note. We don't want to put too much of it because it's graphic. This is something he allegedly wrote. Things to remember. Sound travels, right? Get sleep before the hunt. Too tired creates problems. Hit harder. Too many hits to take down. Consider a hit to the face or neck next time for a takedown. Talk to me.
That is like really disturbing. Like he's planning, he's talking to himself and reminding himself what to do. As a piece of evidence, this is like, it's so powerful. It's such a powerful piece. And the first thing that Michael Brown said the other day, and I almost laughed out loud, was like, how do we know it was his? Yeah, someone planted a document on his computer in the house of a serial killer. It's like, it's actually laughable to say that.
He's got to say something, and maybe under the pressure of the moment, that's the best he can do.
I guess so.
Tell me about the moment when your investigators found this document.
So we had seized a lot of evidence. We were going through it. Much of it was encrypted. So we were going through it. There's a lot of false leads, a lot of dead ends. And, when we found this document, we knew right away that it was a significant document.
We have more from the document we want to show, right? Because some of this stuff is just, you can't believe he spelled this out, right? I mean, again, you guys describe it as a blueprint. This is post-event. So these theoretically after the murders. Destroy files, change tires, burn gloves, dispose of pics, have stories set. I mean, it's almost a Cliff Notes for murder, right? When you guys found this and you discovered this, and there's a lot of misspellings, we should say. Why do you think there are things misspelled there? That kind of stood out to me. It was so strange.
I think probably because the defendant is not as intelligent as he perceives himself to be.
An architect in Manhattan?
Yes.
Tell us more. This is new to us.
No, I think he has. I think that he perceives himself a certain way.
Yeah.
And his obsession, first and foremost, is this preoccupation with luring and hunting women and murdering them.
Were you guys, or have you guys yet been able to match things in that document to things he actually did to the victims?
Certainly. And again, these are allegations. We need to prove them. But with regard to Jessica Taylor, she was decapitated and her hands were removed. And the planning document specifically talks about that to hinder identification.
Can you talk to us more about sort of the discovery of the document? I know you guys went back, I don't know if it was a second or a third time, but recently you were back in the house. That's when this was uncovered?
No, we recovered it in our initial search warrant back in July of last year. And, we had about well over 400 documents and devices that we had to go through. A lot of it was encrypted. So we were painstakingly going through the software. And when you talk about something that was made in 2000, you got to get the software back from 2000. So you have to put this all together. Takes a long time. We were finally able to unencrypt this and bring it back.
Because
Mike, potentially with I don't know the exact number they said of electronic devices, over 300 or whatever. Potentially, there's another smoking gun electronic device that has something akin to what they just found. They recovered that in July. Did they just get into it recently with the encryption? Because as I said, this guy documented everything and planned everything. And I mean, is it normal for someone to have over 300 electronic devices? I certainly don't.
I don't think so. I'm of his generation. I'm 63. I've got a laptop and I've got a cell phone. I think that's about it. So he's not somebody who's like, say, 35 years old, different generation, was brought up with a lot more electronic devices. So, he's a collector. He's a collector. And, I am sure that there's probably on some of these, if he's going to keep documents, I'm sure he's going to keep photographs and he's going to keep trinkets and little trophies. And so Mr. Tierney probably would like to say a lot more right now, but he can't. But I would be shocked if there wasn't all kinds of, and I hate to say it, but all kinds of graphic images, video, things like that of what he did before, during, and after. And it was something that I would think that would follow right along on some phones and some sort of cameras, because he kept everything. And as he was a collector, and that's his downfall, because we talked about this before the show. They got stuff out of his home. They got stuff out of his storage. I think he had 1 or 2 storage facilities that he was renting where he could put, figuring it was safe. That's hopefully there'll be even more stuff there. There's not much more you can get because they've gone through everything. They're going through everything. It might take another year to do all this, but they've pretty much got, I guess, right at this point, the quantum, the amount of stuff they're ever going to have on them, outside maybe if there's the discovery of another body. It would be nice if one of those documents had something about placing a body somewhere, but it's going to take a while. Slowly, as Ray Tierney said, if something's from 2000, you've got to get the software from 2000. If things are encrypted, you've got to do that. So it's a slow slog. And I think that even though they have probably everything they're ever going to get, it's going to take a long time before they finish going through every bit of it.
Absolutely.